Hello, fellas, and welcome back. Just when I thought things with streamers couldn't get any stranger, happens this situation with a streamer you all probably heard before in these past few months. Here is the context. Picture this. You are the internet's most famous Looksmaxxing influencer. You have spent your entire career telling people how to optimize their face, their frame, their bone structure. You walk into a Florida courtroom and the judge is hotter than you. For those of you who are blissfully unaware, Clavicular, real name Braden Peters, is a 20-year-old social media influencer and the poster child of the Looksmaxxing movement. That's the online subculture where young men go to extreme, sometimes alarming lengths to maximize their physical attractiveness. We're talking steroids, we're talking jawline exercises, we're talking something called bone smashing, which is exactly what it sounds like. Tapping your facial bones with a hammer to get a more chiseled look. Doctors are not fans. Clavicular has also made headlines for calling Sydney Sweeney mid, overdosing on a live stream and rating strangers' attractiveness online. Truly a Renaissance man. Now, how did Clavicular end up in a Florida courtroom? Well, back in March, he took a trip to the Francis Taylor Everglades Wildlife Management Area and decided, on a live stream in front of all his followers, to shoot an alligator multiple times on camera. He was charged with a misdemeanor, unlawfully discharging a firearm in public. He pleaded no contest on May 15th and was sentenced to 6 months of probation. But here's the thing, no one's really talking about the alligator anymore. Because when Clavicular strolled into Miami-Dade Circuit Court, he came face to face with Judge Marcus Bach Armas of Florida's 11th Judicial Circuit. And the internet absolutely lost it. Judge Bach Armas walked into that courtroom with icy blue eyes, slicked back hair, and a jawline sharp enough to cut through the Florida humidity. Social media users immediately declared that the judge had mogged Clavicular, meaning, for the uninitiated, that the judge was simply and effortlessly better looking than the guy whose entire brand is being better looking than everyone else. One ex-user put it simply, "It's so funny that Miami-Dade Circuit Court found the most Chad judge in history to sentence Clavicular." Another wrote, "Heartbreaking. Clavicular brutally mogged by Florida judiciary leader." The memes flooded in within hours. The man didn't just take an L in court. He took an L at his own game, in his own sport, from a guy in a black robe who wasn't even trying. Think about the poetry of this moment. You spend years telling the world that looks are everything. You bone smash, you symmetry check, you rate strangers on a scale. You build an entire brand around the idea that physical appearance is the ultimate currency. And then you walk into a courtroom, not by choice, and a county court judge who also moonlighted as legal counsel for the Miami Dolphins casually outframes you in front of the entire internet. I think this is a perfect example of what happens when you try so hard to be someone you simply are not. All these Looksmaxxing influencers are just macho wannabes who, in a desperate attempt to look cool, end up looking like losers.